Attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Crypto Night Show. Your host Superman in the house here for the PulseChain weekly review. So we're gonna have a good time about that. Get all the markets, crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, PulseChain. It's gonna be great. We're also gonna get into Gladiator Games tournament number 4 is on. We're about halfway through, I think, and that is the Fight for Glory, which is gonna be pretty cool. Tournament number 4. We're gonna check that out in the second half of the live stream. We also got some updates happening with X Game. It's getting very close, and of course, updates on X1 chain as well. Looks like that's getting pretty close for the launch and the snapshot. So it's going to be a lot of fun, guys. So we're getting a bit of action, getting ready for that Q4 run. Come on, let's go. So fun times ahead, I think. Fun times. So we talk about that. Fire Whale is in action. Jack Levin is in action. No doubt we're going to get a lot of the other big players like Rick and Michelle. Ms. Rochelle in action. Who else in action? We're going to get Richard Hart in action. I don't know. It's going to be lots of fun. We got Fast Abdul in nice and early. I'm here for the tech. Hey, good to see you, Fast Abdul. Big shout out. Now, Fast Abdul's been on a number of streams lately, so check those out and about. I think with RH Max and a few others, so kind of cool. Let's get into it. So this is the show. Share the show on X. If you're on X, just take a moment to hit the repost button. Helps a lot. You should do that for all influencers out there. Good practice and pump your own bags and all that good stuff. So hit the repost button. And if you're on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. If you're on X, don't forget to hit the follows. There we go. All right. So what else are we going to talk about? We're going to be getting in, I guess, tomorrow. We're having the next monster threads coming out. Monster thread number 22. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Monster thread number 22, the hottest weekly PulseChain news. That's coming out tomorrow. So there's lots of things in store, isn't there? Lots of cool things happening. I think that's it. So we get into the show and get into the details. Actually, I need to share the link into some of the groups. So let me just quickly do that, and we'll get racing away. All right. So let me post this one here. I guess we'll do a raid. Do it live. I'm doing it live. All right, so there we go. Bam. Hopefully it's the only raid that's on at the time. And let's see. Where else there? We got covering Gladiator games in second half of show. See ya there. As they say, see you there. And bam. All right. That is cool. Bam. That's all we can say about that. I guess we can do a bit more. We can, I love putting these little fight emojis on there. Bam. All right. I think that's it. I can see the price of X Game looking pretty tasty too right now. So hopefully you guys had a bag of that. Let me see here. Bam. We're going to close that down. All right. We've got a little sneak video as well. Wookie's in the house there. Wookie says, XXX, let's go. Lots of kisses. Lots of kisses from Wookie. I appreciate that, Wookie. Big shout out. Got MVS Crypto says, I'm ready to battle. Yeah, so we're going to be looking at the second half of the show, MVS, just to give you a time frame. So you'll have to, keep a lookout for that. And that's coming up later on. Once we hit I have to swap over into Gladiator games, into the matrix of the Gladiator. All for Rome, the glory of Rome, Caesar, Brutus, EU2, something like that. All right, so let me close out of some of the stuff. I've got quite a bit of stuff open, and we're going to get into the weekly review. We're going to start off with crypto. Let's do that. All right, there we go. All right, so we've got crypto at the moment, $4.274 trillion, and that's still a little baby market in the world. I always like to emphasize that. because it's still pretty small, which means we're all still here early. It's kind of cool. Down 0.7% today. Boo! But it was up yesterday pretty nicely, and we're back over 4 trillion, so that's good news. Total coins on CoinGecko, 19,036, so it keeps going up. New coins getting listed. Looking at the Bitcoin right now, 122,300. I was going to round the numbers. $122,300 at the moment, just down slightly, 0.1%. Ethereum there at the moment at just below 4,500, down 0.8%. And we've got XRP at number 3 at $2.97, so just below $3, down 2.7%. Number 5, BNB, which has been having an amazing time, is down 2.4% today at $11.50 bucks. Solana there down 2.3% at just below $230. Number 6. We've got Doge there at number 9 is down 3.4% at 25 cents, and then number 10, top 10 there, Tron is down 0.4% at 34 cents. So those are our top 10. We haven't really seen a convergence or a competition between Cardano for a while. There's quite a gap there still in terms of market cap. So we'll keep a lookout though. Cardano can always come back and try and flip Tron. We shall see as we get into this altcoin rally ahead. So there we go. Best performer in the last 24 hours. Well, they're all down, but best performer is the least down, right? And that would be Bitcoin from the looks of it. It looks like Bitcoin is the best performer. Now, the best performer in the last week is still BNB, up 19%. And what a run it has been for BNB. I mean, let's give that a round of applause. All right, so BNB has had quite the move. We're going to have a quick look at the charts over the last, few days. Let's have a look. Should we do 3 months? 3 months there. Look at that. Just keeps piling up there, and it crossed over $1,000 back here on the 18th of September, around about there. Had another run to 1075, then retraced all the way back down to 942. And that is back up and recently hit a new high somewhere around 1176. So getting ready to rumble. This is the old BNB chart. And you can see it's kind of come off its low. I guess its low was down at $532. So think about that. It's pretty good for one of the majors there. So not bad. That is cool. All right, what else are we going to say? Let's go to the top 100. We can see that over the last week, Zcash or ZEC or ZEC is up 183% in the week. Amazing. And that is sitting at number 63, Zcash, and that is $157 right now. So that is the best performer in the top 100. Pump Fun, these coin kind of launching sites / what do you call it? Video influencer sites. Everybody in their bedroom now can be an influencer. It's 68. 68. That's true on YouTube, but you got a coin now. You got a coin. Number 68, Pump Fun, up 28% right now at 0066. We got Aptos there, number 3 best performer, up 22% at $5.20. Number 49 spot. Number 5 spot BNB, of course, up 18% for the week. And finally, to wrap up our top 5 in the top 100 is OKB, and that's number 42 position. It is up 17% at $223. So those are the top 5 performers for the week. But Zcash definitely standing out there with 183%. So that's pretty crazy. All right, let's go to the top 1,000. We've got Punk Strategy, D-Agent AI, and MetaDoubt. Now, I think we've looked at all 3 of those in the past, but they're all on the move, so we won't look at deep dive on those. Trending is Asta, Toncoin, and which is Telegram, and of course Zcash. Not bad. So that is our overall for the markets, 4.27, and Bitcoin they're holding quite nicely. Best performer in the last week, Zcash. That's kind of our crypto weekly review, but we're going to have a quick look at Bitcoin too. Bitcoin there, our chart has been a good friend. This chart has been a good friend. And let's get rid of the overlays. We don't kind of need them now because we do need a few little extra new things I've got to add in. But apart from that, we are powering ahead. Look at that, woohoo! Getting ready to rumble. We have got the 50-day right now at 114,500. The 200-day at 107,000 in orange. So we are miles ahead of those 2 averages, and we're at 122,307. So we're looking really good on the old Bitcoin. Of course, people are expecting us to go for that next sort of move, next level to 130 to 150, kind of by the end of the year. That's kind of the play. Now, I do see Tom Lee talking about upwards of $250,000, and we all know that can happen pretty quickly in the crypto market. So we'll keep a lookout for that. Sean O'Malley says grand final for the NRL, and that is what day is that? This week? What day is that? Is that next weekend? Let us know. Go the Storm, says Sean, and go X Game as well. Maybe X Game is a sponsor or be a sponsor of the Storm. I don't know. Up the Waz. Come on, Wookie. The Warriors are gone. They're gone, Burger. That's old news. That's old school news. So that's kind of where we are right now, 122,300 on the old Bitcoin. Looking at Ethereum. Ethereum, of course, having a good time, but really it's about to get really real. I think Ethereum is about to get next level real. So keep a lookout for this. I think we're going to see some explosive potential growth coming into the end of the year. We're in the second phase of acquisition, as I would say. So we had our first phase of strategic acquisition companies, and boy, have they managed to pick up Ethereum at cheap prices. These guys must be laughing themselves silly. They signaled that strategy that they, obviously it's not really a strategy, but they wanted to get it cheaper as much as they could. And boy, have they managed to manipulate the markets to do that. I don't know. It's been crazy. They got a lot of friends in the markets to manipulate, exchanges and Kathy Woods and the rest of them. And boy, we've seen a lot of manipulation in the market. And so, yeah, we had a really nice run here, and we probably needed a good consolidation after one. We actually had a couple, because we had this run. We had consolidation. We had a golden cross, and then we had the next run, a little bit of consolidation, a little bit of profit taking, and market manipulation, and then, of course, next run, and then consolidation here. A little bit of a dip here, back down. Tested our support levels, which is just above the PulseChain sacrifice reserve at just below 3,800, and then away we have gone. And so this bearish scenario played out, and then there we go. That's our upside potential. And this second phase, this orange box, is really the strategic acquisition firms continuing to buy millions of Ethereum, and of course that's getting so scarce, getting increasingly scarce. And at some point, it's going to have parabolic implications. So it's going to be pretty cool. So that is where we are right now. And of course, we're expecting, the low side, 8,000 by the end of the year. And of course, the high side, 15 to 16K by the end of the year. And that's not top of the cycle. That's not top of the cycle. Top of the cycle might be 30 to 60K, which would be incredible. And maybe this is if this is a 10-year play, as we all pretty much expect. We could see, if it lasts that long, we could see, 400K Ethereum, etc. I know it sounds crazy, but that's what we could see. We're still early. Remember, the crypto market's only $4 trillion. I mean, it's just we're about to have trillions of dollars of stable coins in before 2030. We've got all the mega themes, tokenization, the stock market to the crypto market, NASDAQ listings. It's going to be pretty huge. The sovereign states, the institutions. Everybody's coming. Everybody is coming, and you guys are already here early. You guys got some of the VIP seats, So that's kind of where we are right now, and so we're expecting some pretty magical re-rates on the old Ethereum. Now, talking about the acquisition companies, we haven't had too many disclosures other than Bitmine on the 27th, but they're doing pretty much weekly disclosures there. We are expecting some big stuff happening with SharpLink. SharpLink, of course, going from their 1 million target to now 5 million Ethereum. And so that was, we talked about that on the thing. I said, they're going to go for more, and they are. So now they're going for 5 million too. So they want a 5% sovereign put as well. Not only Tom Lee's Bitmine immersion, but SharpLink also want it. And we know that some of the others here talking the big talk. Some of them talking about 10%. But, it's, can you imagine the price? That's where the price is going. It's up and to the right, guys, for Ethereum. And it's going to be pretty ballistic. Now, PulseChain arguably could dovetail on that in many ways, not only with the PulseChain SAC, which is sitting at number 5, but also with the fact that we're a full system state copy of Ethereum. If we can garner that theme and have enough actors help push us in the same direction, we could do pretty damn well on that node as well, which would be pretty cool. So, lots of cool things happening. And how many strategic ETH reserve companies are there now? Well, there are 17 listed. And so they've got millions of Ethereum that they still need to buy. And as I said, over the last a couple of months that the strategic ETH reserves were buying, the amount of Ethereum on the exchanges has gone down by over 3 million. So 20 down to probably less than 17 million now. We should probably bring up that chart again. So I might do that maybe in the next week. So it's getting scarce, and the scarcer it is, the more price will go up, especially when we get a demand push, right? Demand push from these guys buying their millions of Ethereum. And of course, a lot of them are staking it. So we're seeing a lot of them going in the staking queue, and that's overtaking the people that are leaving. And so, it's going pretty awesome. Remember, we got about 35%, I think, is staked out of the 120.7 million Ethereum. So it's going to become increasingly stickier as well. All these guys have got long-term plans with staking because they earn massive income there. And that becomes extremely valuable, especially as the price of Ethereum goes up, all that income goes up in value. So you can see it's a win-win for them. And so they want to suck the supply of all the Ethereum out. That would be a long-term play for them. That's why they're hyper bullish on where Ethereum's going. Sean O'Malley, today. Okay, so the NRL final was today, and that is going to be the Storm and somebody else. Storm and somebody else. It's not the Warriors, is it, Wookie? It's not the Warriors. They're out. Let us know the other team, Sean, if you can. So that is pretty much it around the market update for the week. And so we'll probably get some new disclosures coming up on Monday, Tuesday around that. That'd be cool. Right. Let's go over to the PulseChain. How we're doing for time? 16 minutes in, so we're doing pretty well. So we're going to go to PulseChain, and we had green candles, slightly green candles yesterday. Not big green candles, no double digits, but we got slightly red candles today, unfortunately. I like to be the bearer of good news, but it is what it is. What it is here on the sleepy weekend, and of course tomorrow is Sunday US time. We all know that's normally flat to a down day with the occasional updates. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow. Maybe we'll get a counter move this time. We will get a bit of a relief rally starting on the old PulseChain after the whale sold down all that PulseX last week. The big sack whale. I think it was number 18. I think it was on the Pulse Rich list. And number 59 or something like that, somewhere in that ballpark for PulseX. Total all up, he did $6 million, and he sold his PulseX out last week. So just at the time where you'd like to get some support, and so that pushed the market down. He still has about $1 million in Pulse, so he could still hit us again. Hit us one more time. Hit us, baby, one more time. I could do that. Okay. I need to get a clap for that. All right. So everyone out there is going, no clap. Okay. We got day 876 PulseChain, and we got Pulse at the moment is quadruple 0344, down 3%. 34% of the mean sacrifice price there. We got PulseX right now at quadruple 0217, down 6%. The buy and burn sitting at 7.83%, so it's looking pretty handsome, going up slowly and surely. Incentive token $1.30, down 7.7%, so it's been hit a little bit on the old INC. And we've got Hex at the moment at 0.8 of a penny, down 4.7% as well. So PHEX there down quite a bit, but EHEX is holding up. EHEX at 0.28 of a penny, and of course the big news, of course, is BankX, which has kind of been one of those unfortunate events. Gone from about 860 million Hex that given from the Hex Godwell on a bad day in the office is down to about, I think it's about $17,000 worth left, so almost out as the BankX are basically not that important anymore. So EHEX has had a good run to 0.28 of a penny. We also see that I think the circulating supply has got closer to help a more of a parity move, but still got to argue the differentials and there is the differentials in the total circulating supply that's currently around because of course the OA did all the staking and burned all the Hex off. But could give an argument that the counter argument, of course, is that gas fees if Ethereum goes for a run, we might get a bit more higher gas fees. Although it's all got the layer 2 solutions now, so we'll see all that pans out. But certainly, EHEX could definitely rise closer to PHEX. No No doubt about that. No doubt stopping that happening. Getting pretty close to 1-1. What else? Doesn't have the Magic Carp ride though, so if we see any activation of any Magic Carp ride ideas, then that would be maybe separate them out quite a bit. All right, that's where we are there. Let's go to the old gas prices. Sean is saying that it's the Broncos, the Storms and the Broncos in the NRL final today. Oh, that's very exciting. So go teams. Go teams. We got Blair in the house there. Hi all, good to see you, Blair. Big shout out. And Wookie says he singing again. I don't. If you had been listening, you would have clapped too. You would have clapped as well, but you went there. Wookie says Broncos versus Storm, 9:30 kick off New Zealand time. 9:30 in the evening. Okay, cool. That's about 9 hours away. All right, so if you're into rugby league, that's the one to watch. So we've got 1.3 million beats right now, so it's actually higher than we normally have. We're normally down 6 to 800,000, so 1.3 million. 2 cents for a PulseChain swap, so a little bit more expensive today, but the counterintuitive for the weekend. Validators 52,987. That's gone up just slightly from yesterday, so it's a nice little jump there. And the bridge is 112.9 million. It is down slightly from yesterday. I think we're still over 13 yesterday, so it's down a couple 100,000. That's kind of where we are. EHEX holding us up, and the stable coins ETH were down. Right, we did a down over the last 2 weeks, so that is where we are on that. I won't read out I've got a snapshot from 2 weeks ago, but we kind of read it out yesterday, so I won't read it out today. Treasury. Let's see. We looked at it slightly earlier before, but we're up 19%. $119 million, and a lot of you would love to shave off just a little bit of that, wouldn't you? Like maybe 10 mil, shave off 10 mil, and pump PulseChain, pumpity pump. But it's probably better just to leave the money there. We don't know what Richard Hart's going to do with that, right? We don't know whether he will do something very clever, like fractionally reserve it, or he will shave some of it, give it shaving. We don't know. But the best thing to do, leave it there and let all the strategic ETH reserves pump the bags of this PulseChain sack and turn that into billions of dollars, right? That's the thing. Billions. Let's go. And that's going to be infinitely better off for the old PulseChain, pulse gains, as we say. All right, enough humor today. X-Fader reposted the stream. Appreciate the X-Fader. Big shout out. Thanks for that. Yeah, if you guys haven't reposted the stream, do that. It'd be really helpful. There we go. There's the link right there. I can see we're getting a lot more people starting to wake up and climb on board here. So yeah, just to repost the stream, that would be really helpful. It's at the top of the chat there. And we've got Fat Sammy in the house there. Big shout out to Fat Sammy. Excuse me. Fat Sammy is another influencer in the space and project lead as well for the Pulse Bitcoin community. The Pulse Bitcoin Council's got some big names on there, by the way. I was kind of surprised who was involved. It's pretty big, but he's doing a great job there, especially on the ETH chain at the moment. And of course, he's been ramping up his shows and getting on collabs as guests and stuff like that. So big shout out to Fat Sammy. That's what we want to see, right? We want to see a lot more of the PulseChain influencers and people that are stepping up doing that. And Fat Sammy is really starting to take off there. So keep up the great work on that one. The other people we've seen recently, Fat Sammy says, just had a great stream with St. Wolf. How about that? So nice collabs there. Very, very cool. Yeah, St. Wolf has a great show. What else? Yeah, so we got David Feder is back. So David Feder is doing weekday shows. So that's almost every day. And so that's cool. So we got Fat Sammy, we got David Feder, and isn't it one of the female influencers? I'm pretty sure was going to start doing something. I just can't remember. Let me know in the chat there. There's somebody else doing something. Somebody else. Oh, we had the new big influencer. She's doing X Spaces. So we have quite a few female influencers doing X Spaces like Tam Tam. And we got that big new influencer. I just forget her name off the top of my head, but she's got 106,000 followers, and so she's starting to do, I guess, maybe a weekly space. So that's really cool. Hexavator said, "Let's go indeed." So we have got some, PulseChain influencers waking up, and new ones coming in. And so, we are expanding. I said, we've got, because the two daily shows at the moment are the Kryptonite show, and of course, the Crypto Paradise guys, which are amazing. Nate, Nick, and Amaru, and they're large KOLs, so they're doing a great job. And then we've got RH Max does several shows a week. I'm not sure exactly how many, but probably a good number of shows, I think, and doing collabs on there. So he's doing a great job, and there's a lot of guests on there. So we are starting to, get bigger and bigger. We need to wake them all up, get them all woken up. Some people say we've got like 150, 200 influencers out there, but a lot of them are not streaming enough. So the more that stream, the better. And then we've got the whole PulseChain army out there streaming, and that's great, right? We reached way more people if we had 10 times more people streaming, but we're certain it's starting to wake up, so that's a good sign. So and Q4's upon us. When we get those green candles, they'll be streaming, right? When the Crypto Coffee is also indicating he's going to ramping up. Great, so that's what we want to see, right? And he's one of the biggest in the community, so that'd be cool. Perfect timing. Yeah, well, Q4's here. We're expecting really the beginning of the altcoin banana curves, parabolics. So it's time for a lot of the influencers to come back and stream. And we got the streaming armies out there. Fat Sam says bullish that David Feather is back, as he is very honest about calling the bear move and Pulse before. So this is a positive step, says Fat Sammy. And Hex Vader with the rockets. I like the attitude there. Hex Vader, big shout out. All right, so let's get into it. That is Strategic Reserve, $750 million right now. Let's go through Pulse Alerts. Pulse Alerts, of course, gives us an idea of what sort of capital flows are coming in. So I thought we'd have a look at this today. We can see that, yesterday we had 120K. We obviously had all the whale money leave. And then we had some capital inflows, which I thought was really nice to see yesterday. We had 120K in USD. We had another 100K in USD, another 90K in USD. That was all 17 to 19 hours or 24 hours ago. So it was kind of cool to see that. We did get a few little, nice little pushes there. We had a net, this is 12 hours ago, but we had a net inflow of 358,000 US dollars. So we had net inflow 12 for the day before of 358K. So that was a positive thing. Given that PulseX whale, the sacrifice whale, I'm going to call them a whale because, they're number 18 or whatever on the PulseChain stack. And we had 89, 90K there, 6 hours come in. So we had a nice little flow of capital coming in the last 24 hours. So that's really positive news. So we'll take that. We'll take all those positive flows. That's very, very cool. So there we go. Pulse Alerts looking good, guys. So some positive capital flow over the last 24 hours after the whale sold out there. Right, that brings us into the markets. So we got $15.4 million right now. We've got a couple of more comments in the chat, so I'll get to those quickly. What else have we got there? Crypto MVS says, Fat Sammy, you should try the game. You're talking about Gladiator games. It's really fun. You can even duel Crypto 7 to decide who's the biggest UK Gladiator. There we go. Bit of a challenge out there. And we got Fat Sammy says, repost the stream. I appreciate that, Fat Sammy. Thanks very much. And that's deserved. Just like Excavator of a magical twinkle there. That's what it's called. It's called a magical twinkle, that sound effect. I just didn't make that up. But there we go. Let's go to Uptober. Someone thought they would launch a pump tires called Uptober. Why not? That's up. I don't know. Hopefully it's not a honeypot or anything. We have had a few little dangerous projects recently on PulseChain. That's why you got to do your extra care. And especially if they've got websites. Even if they've got a website, something you think, oh, it must be safe, it's got a website. Nah, because people can make these websites in AI and make them look like clever new DeFi protocols. So that rule, if you were using that, that's gone out the window. You got to be careful out there. Right? You got to do a lot of checks and balances before FOMOing in on a project. But anyway, Uptober is there. It's up 700%, and that's been around for 10 hours. I don't know how safe it is, so I haven't checked it. So just what it is. It is what it is. Okay, number 2 is Beast. Now Beast is from OG WebShift. That's having a nice little pump back. Still only at 30 cents though. So it's 168%, but it's a really nice move. 168, and I guess a lot of people would be pretty happy with that overnight. And that's just been pumped. Look at that. That's the daily candle. Suddenly it was doing, how much was it doing? Maybe a couple $1,000 in the last couple of days. And before that was only doing, maybe $200-300. And suddenly it woke up. And of course, we've apparently heard that there's been some change with OG WebChef bots or something like that. Anyway, so it's had $88,500 pumped into it. And it has pumped all the way from 11 cents to 30 cents there, up 168%. So the beast is in beast mode right now. Now, if we go to the weekly candles, we'll do that because I want to quickly look at the top here. We got $19. So we peaked out back here in March for Beast, and this is during the OG WebChef boom times, and it was $22.86. So we're at 30 cents now. So there's kind of a jump back there. So we'll keep a lookout for that. But that is a Beast. OG WebChef making a few little moves recently. Missile, another OG WebChef there, 11 months, up 88% as well on the Pulse pair. So OG WebChef there, talking to town. There we go. That's the weekly candles. So that is up. It was the first week was the best week, of course. It was up at $5.80, and then the recent high was around 4,700 of a penny. Let's go to the daily chart here. That is the big pump there too. So lots of pumping going on with the OG WebChef ecosystem, 75K in volume, and that's up 91% now, even higher than when I first looked at it. Moving into number 5, we've got Unity from Cryptographics. This has got some of the latest technology of tokenomics in it, and we're excited about it. And of course, it's still got a long way to play out because it's only been around over about 45 days or something. And this is up 23% today at $1.30. Don't expect that to hold up because it's not how it's going to be happening, right? Because there's volume coming out. So it did get down 93 cents. I expect that that's just a little blip in the radar on the way down to adjust. Might get down to, I don't know, 10, 15 cents, something like that, 10, 12 cents. We've got that on Taurus right now, somewhere in that zone. That's got another day to go before we get to the 80-day 89, which is the end of the second phase, which is when you got the first max stakers coming out. And so, that's currently at around 11 cents. So it's got to adjust, and that's no doubt that's kind of a good guide of where it might get down to, maybe half that, even 5, 6, or maybe it's the volume you got to take into account. So it might get down to half, 5 cents or something. We'll see where that lands. So that is Unity. Got to have some Unity. And we've got Finvesta right now, $8.61. So OG WebChef again. This is the parent, right? This is the grandfather, I would say. It's $8.62, and that is up 19% today. And that's having a little jump as well. Not a lot of big volume coming in, but still, relatively speaking. Actually, no, there's quite a bit of volume. I don't know why. It's because the off scale. We had millions of dollars going through Finvesta back in February, and there's the weekly candles, right? And that's why it makes even the volume candle today look small. So let's go to the daily. We can see that the last 2 days, 3-4 days actually, we had volume pickup. So we went from 19K all the way up to about 50, 60K, and we've had a nice little run for 4 days in a row there on the old Finvesta. That's up 18%. I guess off the bottom there on the 25th. To the top is 122% in 9 days. So it's a 2.2x on the old Finvesta. So OG WebChef on the move at the moment. And then we've got number 7 is Bria. That is, of course, Miss Rack and Michelle's puppy, which is kind of like a teenage dog now. Kind of like a teenage dog. Growing up pretty damn fast. But I guess that's what happens, right? That's what happens, right? That's up 14.5%. And of course, Coinwell is coming, and Coinaki is coming as well. Expected Q4. And I always thought we might get a launch early October, but we're at 5th of October, so that never happened. And my optimism there is placated, is it? Is that right? So yeah, we're waiting for that to come out. So Day had a nice little pump today, though. Look at that little pump there today. Is the bottom in for Bria at 0002900. And we're up at 32 right now. So a little bit of buying coming in. Still relatively small volume compared to what we saw back at the beginning. We're at like $500,000, and then we even had the best day was 643K. But we've got a nice little bump today, 15.5K so far. See what happens there. The RSI is pretty friendly at 48. Little blip there, bouncing off the bottom. So we'll keep a lookout for that. And the 4-hourly there, just taking a bit of a breather right now. So we'll see if that manages to hold up and zigzag its way up to glory. And of course, looking forward to see what sorts of support it will get in the at least Coinaki at the very least, possibly Coinwell as well. So we'll keep a lookout for that. Pump tires coming at number 8. Richard Hart's pump tires there, the main coin for, I guess, pump tires, up 12.6% as well. So we've got some pretty well-known names in the top list today, and that is bounced the last couple hours in the old pump tires. Let's go to the hourly chart here. I've got an hourly chart. Yeah, so we had a nice little pump here. Some volume came in. 41k volume, and then pumped us all the way up. We had 2 pumpy hours, a couple of little increases there, and then another big pump took us up, pretty high. And then we had a big seller selling into that move, and they all pumped tires. They couldn't resist. That's PulseChain. PulseChain there. Get the pump and the dump. That's the old thing. 33% in 10 hours. So there we go. And we're still up 17% right now. So that is the old pump tires, and it had kind of been neglected, pump tires, isn't it, for a while? I think it had it. Let me see. Yeah, it had been. I mean, it had been down here, sort of drifting off down there, so it had been kind of neglected. Previously, a lot of resistance at 2 cents. Apparently the pump tires guys can't let it get above 2 cents. They have to dump into it. Gotta get their mad gains. Okay. All right. So that is it. You pump tire guys holding pump tires. We've got Firewall coming in as well. So Firewall, and of course we are expecting some big news for X game. We're going to talk about that in a minute. That's up 11%, having a bit of a late move there. That's a look of pump tires. Remember, this is the one that he only owned 55% of. The other ones he got up to 82. I think he's gone about 77 or something percent at the moment in most of the wallets for SolidX and X game. But had a nice little pump today, and that is off at 00038, is now at 00043, and had a nice little pump there, and almost 25k volume there on 48k liquidity. So a nice little pump of 10% there apparently. And then of course we're coming into X game, the main event coming up right now, and of course this is X game. And this is boy, what the hell happened there? They got hyper pumped. I didn't see that in the chart because I hadn't looked at it, but it got hyper pumped earlier, and that's what they'll be on the news of course, it launching in a few days. So it's a little premature, but it was already doing pretty well at 2 cents. And then on the hourly chart here, it had a nice little run up. We had a nice little jump in volume. Look at that jump in volume. So we're doing about nine, let's say 10,000, something like that. And then we ended up ramping up all the way. And 3 hours ago, we had 173k come in, and it got pumped. And then we had even more coming in after that, 191k of volume plus selling, of course. And it got all the way up to almost 3 cents, guys, almost 3 cents. And then it's got sold back down to 22.2 cents, now at 2.3 cents right now. So we'll see where that goes. And that is expected to come up. So let's have a look at the news for X game. Firewall put this out 6 hours ago, so we've got 6 hours ago. Let's have a look at the chart there. 6 hours ago, that puts us into this green candle here. So we've got that update there from Firewall about here, and then man, the volume just took off after that. Once the news spread, right? The wait is almost over, says Firewall. X game is the coolest Web3 gaming app I've ever seen in crypto. So there we go, and he's doing some cool new things there. Could X game have similar hype to the Crypto Kitties did back in late 2017 on Ethereum? So talking about how viral that might be, a killer app. This is the first game app available on 3 different chains. Now, I think we're expecting it, obviously, PulseChain, Base Chain, and BNB Chain. I think those, or BSC Chain, depending on how you want to talk about it. I think that's where we are right now. And so that is it on that. So that's going to be cool. But the big thing, of course, is also going to be on Telegram, which means that, as I say in the past, X has got like 560,000 monthly average users, or MAUs, and it's going to be a billion monthly average users on Telegram. And so X Game's going to Telegram, and so that's going to open up a whole new territory there. And of course, it's also sneaky because Solid Trade is already on there. That's the first product that Firewall launched. That's been doing very well, and a lot of people they get referrals from that too, and those referrals haven't been paid out as far as I know. So they're going to be probably released, and that's going to be more firepower because I'm pretty sure all that stuff's sitting in some sort of wallet that's going to end up being unleashed to pump the bags. So that's a little secret tip there that looks like what part of their strategy. So all those people that have been earning, I don't know how much it is overall, but if it's people earning quite a bit on there, then that's all more buying firepower potentially that could come into the mix here. Could X Game become a catalyst to PulseChain glory? And of course, SolidX is coming in after this, right? So SolidX staking and the some of the profits. We're also going to find out exactly what X Game, now that it's the official token, what it's going to be used for in particular. what other things, benefits it might get. So we'll keep a lookout for that. Could X game become the catalyst of PulseChain glory? We are about to find out. So it's exciting times. And I got a little note here. The crypto's kitty fever occurred primarily in late 2017 when the game launched on November 28th, creating a surge in demand that led to significant Ethereum network congestion and gas fees. The game's immediate success and popularity caused a fever pitch around the new technology, demonstrating both the potential and scalability challenges of early blockchain applications. So got a lot of people excited about that. Now that is from Firewall, so that came out only 6 hours ago, and I got a little. This is one of the older versions, so the game's probably upgraded slightly since then. This is a little bit of a video of the game, Crash Game, the first game under the X Game Casino brand, pretty much. I think All right, so that was one of the earlier versions. Now they've probably done a few little zip zapping with the UIs and everything. So, but man, it's going to be fun, and the sound effects are pretty pumping. So there'll be people on there trying to outdo the Crash Game. Now, if you've been on Betfury and other casino sites, those are centralized, right? So whereas this here is going to be decentralized. And so, it's going to be really, really, really cool. And I love the look of the games. The games do look very cool. We just got the link to the X game there. Yeah. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. We'll keep a lookout for that. We'll be covering that a lot. Fat7 says, what is the official Gladiator Games website? I don't want to wake up to a fake one. Well, I got the link here, so let me pass you that. We're going to be talking about it very soon, very shortly. Very shortly, we're going to be talking about that. So that is the Gladiator Games. That is Gladiator Games. So we're going to talk about that in a minute. And X Games is about to launch within a couple of days. So exciting times. It's a gaming boom, everybody. It's a gaming boom. Everyone should get excited about that. Now, we did have some more stuff coming out from SolidX. So SolidX itself, just days away, be the house, earn 30% full on a chain. And of course, that's coming. It's only a few days away, guys. And be the house, you can 30% referrals. We'll be covering that, of course, on the channel here. And I'm sure a lot of other people will be. So it's going to be X Game Frenzy, guys, X Game Fever. It's going to be a lot of fun. So that is X Game. All right, I think that's it on there. Yeah, kind of cool. xgame.io is the website. But of course, we'll be covering that as well. All right, so that is the big one there, and the price looking pretty good at 2.3 cents. Those are our top 10, and those are some big, pretty well-known names in there now. And moving below that, we've only got a few others that are slightly in the greeny on the trending. UFO, Phoenix, PMX, all up 1% or so, and then everything else is slightly out of the money. So lots of other well-known names out of the money here right now. And you can see them all the way down. So we're not going to actually cover all of those. SolidX, though, obviously the people are selling some of their SolidX to buy X Game at the moment. But SolidX staking will be coming up. And so people will be able to get SolidX and stake it and earn rewards there, as well as a lot of other benefits. So we're obviously getting people selling SolidX to buy X Game at the moment. And we may see a flipping back to SolidX after that. So at the moment, we've got $5.57 for the old SolidX there at the moment. What else are we going to say? So we'll look down some of these. Yeah, that's kind of where we are there. We've got Source Money holding up almost like a stable corporate now, 4.3 cents. Be interesting what happens there. We're going to try and keep a tab of that too. But that is pretty much it today. So there we go. X Game is the talk of the town. We've got Bria a bit on the move as well. Probably getting excited for Koinaki coming up. So yeah, that is the mix right now. All right. I think that what else we have we cover? We got it. That's PulseChain. We're going to come back to Gladiator Games on PulseChain, but before we do that, let's jump back into the X1. So X1 is about to launch. So this is going to be a fork of Solana with a lot of all the latest tech and bells and whistles on it. This is from Jack Levin, of course, the famous vampire. And he is looking to vampire Solana chain this time. Solana chain. And so, yeah, X1 is very soon. So apparently Monday morning, 9 a.m. HST time, this is going to be a snapshot is scheduled. So I think that is a snapshot of the validators a snapshot of the testnet, as I think I understand it. And it's going to be for the validators. So the validators there, part of the new reward program from Jack Levin. So I think that's the play. So let's have a look. This is X1 validators online. This is the actual. So there's two sides to this, right? We've covered this. There's the proof of work side, and there's the proof of stake side. So the proof of stake validating side is the one that everyone's clamoring on to right now to get part of the reward system. And that's what this list here, right? So you can sort of see the world map. You can kind of see the top guys at the top here. Halu is top validator, all the way down the list here. So you got all these other validators, and this has gone up massively, and it's now well over 500 validators, and it may have climbed even more by now. I'm just trying to see total nodes 521 from the looks of it. So yeah, it's really climbed big time over the last day or two because of the validator rewards coming out. But this is going to be potentially pretty big. Solana, of course, huge. This is probably going to have a lot of the problems that Solana has had, and shutdown times and things like that. So this should be pretty cool. It is going to be a bit of a vampire because it's going to be got a lot of connections between the dexes and everything else into Solana. So a bit of a vampire slayer there. Suck the blood of Solana, and of course they bring the capital into X1. So it could be pretty interesting. Yeah, what else are we going to say about that? So that is X1 coming, and it looks like the snapshot is on Monday, which means the launch the mainnet must be coming very, very soon. So probably within, I don't know, maybe within a week or two, we shall see. I know that the other side of it was that if we go to Jack Levin's handle, let's go look for Jack Levin. Jack Levin, there we go. There's been other things happening as well. So the funder, we fund round will close next week if you participated. So that indicates that maybe we're a week or two away from the launch after the snapshot. We shall see. Yeah, 520 validators and counting, which you can see on the site. So that's the proof of stake side, and the proof of work site is Zen blocks, which you can do as well. And I got a video on how to do how to mine Zen blocks, which has got different tokens, right? Zenium. Got 3 blocks you can earn from that. Valid account spikes, of course it does, as X1 gets ready for mainnet. So it does look like X1 is finally here after many, many announcements. It does look like it's pretty much here now. And of course, its DEX is going to be XDEX and DGen. DGen is a token launcher, a bit like Pump Fun. It's already operating, I think, on Solana. And then it's going to be obviously on X1 and then XDEX as well. So that's kind of cool. What else? I think that's pretty much, that's a new reward. So that's why we've seen a big jump in validators because of the rewards. And I think we checked out that the other day, but that is ticking away there. It's X1 rewards for Explorer. Now you can actually hire a server on Interserve and set up a validator, or you can get onto like XDEX and then maybe stake XN at least on testnet into one existing validator, right? And of course you can also do Zen blocks. So there's a couple of roads in, and of course Zen. I haven't had a look at the Zen price, but Zen's going to be later in the piece. So Zen is going to be after value's been created. That's kind of some of the words there. So I'm not expecting too much. I mean, Zen can still pump. We know crypto, but really it's going to be a late to the party. So that, being a validator and stuff like that, getting on the XDEX, it looks like the players at the moment. So yeah, total credits at the moment. So they've got sort of a credit system here, 336 billion. Total XNN allocated, 6.7 million has been allocated. So it's the actual tokens. XNT is going to be the actual main fee token, just like Pulse or ETH. And then they've also got the allocation. So they got 10% airdrop I think at the beginning, which is 673,000 XNT, and then the reward 9%, 6 million coins. So that adds up to this total amount here. That's going to be on like a bonding curve. So You've got all the rewards at the moment, total credits, airdrop expected, and rewards by the validators in there. So that's kind of the way it works there. And can we actually see those ones in there? I don't know if they match up perfectly on the list here, but that is the points. We've got Jack Risen. So it must be Jack Levin, maybe. I don't know. But that is, he's on the testnet there. Jack Risen. I saw his name here. Here it is here. That's the validator operating right now. We've got the credits line, right? There's the credits line there. So it sort of seems to match up. And so this is about to hit the market very, very soon. So it's getting close. So exciting times. Now, should we pull up? I'll pull up the see if we can find Zen. See if Zen has reacted anyway. Now Zen's going to be late in the part. In other words, all those burn parties and all stuff expected well after X1 is launched. So let's see if Zen's done anything. So Zen not really reacting to that, and for good reason. But when X1 launches, maybe it'll get a little pump out of that. It's hard to tell, because obviously if you do have it, you will have to hold on to it. So so not doing too much there, the old Zen. Now we looked at the chart. There we go. So that's kind of where we are at the moment on X1. So we'll keep a lookout for that. Crypto, timing of the market's very important, and it looks like it's probably timed the market pretty well. So we'll keep tracks of that. A great Dango says, I haven't had this much fun in a game in years. It's so simple, so it's so gratifying and exhausting at the same time. Are you talking about Gladiator games? Yeah, we're about to talk about that now. We're about to talk about Gladiator games now. So let me just pull that up. I've got to do a few changes. We're going to go to Gladiator games now. So MVS, if you're out there, I hope you're getting ready for gaming. But let me find the play. We're going to go full screen, are we? I think we are. And that is Gladiator games. We're about to play that now. Let me get rid of that. And let me get rid of this. We're going to close that down and pull up the new page. And let's see here. What am I doing? Bam. All right, Gladiator games. Tournament number 4, the Fight for Glory, is on right now. It's about halfway through. And let's see. There we go. All right, so there we go. We're back. Time for a cuppa, as we say. All right. Gladiator games. So the tournament's on at the moment. This is tournament number 4, week number 4. The game is gaining pace. There is more interest building. And of course, after this tournament will be tournament number 5, tournament number 6. It's going to just get bigger and bigger, all going well. And it's exciting. People are really enjoying it. MBS is here for a game. He's going to try and game me. Hopefully he gets in there first, because there's other people playing. So I might get in as well. Now, let's have a look at there's Tournament 4 is on, but there are 2 levels. There's a Gladiator 1, so these are like first level Gladiators. Typically what we've had the last tournament 1 to 3 have all been Generation 1 or Tier 1 Gladiators. And now we're into Tournament 4, and every 2 weeks, or at least at a certain point, that it opens up the next level of Gladiators. So Gladiator 2s is the first tournament. We've got Gladiator 2s. It's kind of the next breeding evolution of the Gladiators. And so we have 2 tournaments on at the moment. There are prizes for tournament, the Generator 1s, which is, they're small this week, 15, 10, and 5, but still a little bit of profit there. And then there's tournament, then the Generation 2 Gladiators is $775. So for the Generation 2 Gladiators. First place is $200. Second to fifth place is $100. Sixth to seventh place is $50. And I think 8th to 10th is $25, but he hasn't changed it yet. So that I think it's a bit of a typo there. So 8th to 10th is actually $25. And then 11th to 20th is legendary gear. And that's actually pretty valuable in the game. Everybody is after legendary gear to kit out your Gladiator. So very, very cool there. So that is what the prizes are up for grabs. Now, we did a big video yesterday with Jason, and we dropped a whole ton of new alpha bombs there about new features. There's now roam staking is now available to earn resources and things like that in the game. And so that was pretty cool. And, of course, we have a new AI bot that helps you fight, particularly if you're a beginner. Helps you fight against the big top-tier players that have been playing for a few weeks. So that's kind of cool. And so we had some big news there, and we got big news coming down the pipeline. We're going to have guilds and families that people can get into, like guilds, and that's it. Not really families of gladiators, but guilds to get into. And there's going to lots of cool things around that's coming up. So the Senate is coming up. People will be able to hold Rome token and be able to vote if you're particularly large holders. So it's kind of cool too. So lots of cool stuff are coming, and much, much more. Rapid innovation in this game, and that's the one thing everyone really enjoys as well. All right, so we're going to get into it. All you have to do is obviously get a wallet. Do you get a DGM wallet? You guys know the rules in crypto, and then put some Pulse in it. And once you do that, you can go get some gold. You can buy gold here. Just click on the gold button, buy some gold. It's 1 Pulse to 1 gold, and you can buy 100,000 at a time, or you can buy a million, etc. That is the play on there. And then once you've done that, you get a gladiator. You can obviously make a new gladiator for free. You can make new gladiators for free there. And you're going to have tier 1 gladiators straight out of the bait. That's the first one you're going to make. And then tier 2, generation 2, you have to breed. So you can't actually, you have to go down to breeding. You have to take some of your other gladiators here, and then you have to breed them. Put a male in there, put a female in there, and then you're going to have, you just pop them in there, and then you're going to be able to breed. It will cost you 50,000 Rome tokens to breed a new generation 2. And this will be also in another week or 2 weeks' time. We're going to have generation 3s, etc. So that's kind of a little bit of a background. But other than that, if you are coming in, you can always buy them off the market. So you can go to Gladiators, click buy. And if you want a generation 2, you can go buy them. They won't have any armor on them, so you still have to get the armor. But if you want to get armor as well, you can go buy a Gladiator. If you want to get armor, you go to equipment, click buy, and then you can buy armor, right? So there's all these swords, top tier swords. You can go for the top tier legendary, and you can buy swords and spears and all sorts of stuff, and you can dress up your gladiator. How do you dress up your gladiator? You go into your gladiator, and I'm not going to show that one, but you can go to the gladiator, and then you've got all these 12 spots that you need, or 12 slots. They've got like helmets and chest plates and necklaces, got a main sword or weapon, got a shield, got bandages and food. You're going to need bandages and food. And you find out your resources here, and then you can double click. So if I wanted to put this helmet on, I just double click that, and it's going to go to the helmet there, and it's going to increase my score, right? The stronger I am with my total stats, the better. There are 3 levels. There's base, genetic, and equipment, and you can add those up. So genetic is just a generation 2 gladiator, generation 3 gladiator, going to give you extra green points there. The base is your qualities. You really need to upload those to get them to 10 max on every generation level. Very important. And then equipment is just the quality of armor that you get on. So if you're getting epic armor or legendary armor, this is epic armor, so it's the second best armor. And you can just add there. This is there is a legendary leather chest plate. All got different defenses and things on it, and they lift up your score. So you've got a 30 now on the score. So that's all you have to do, and you have to kit out all those different spots. So it's pretty fun, right? Pretty fun. And then, of course, once you've got a gladiator, you can then go to tournament. Tournament costs 300,000 gold, which is 300,000 pulse to get in, and you also have to. When you're fighting someone, you have to put up 20,000 gold as well. So I happen to have on this particular account, I have to have 160 gold in there, so that's plenty to play. And now we're going to get ready to play. So that is a bit of a quick run through of Gladiator games, and we're going to actually go now. I've got one player called Galactus, and I'm going to play that one. And I've got to wager 20,000 gold, and that's going to get us in a tournament. So now I'm going to go fight. Let's see whether who's in there to fight me. Now, at the moment, you can only fight the same person 12 times. 3 times, I should say. And at the moment, we've got 14 players into tournament on Generation 3. Generation 2, I should say, tournament 4. And so I'm down the bottom here, number 13. I've only had one victory, and I've had 9 losses. So, but I've upgraded my my gladiator. So let's see how I do now. And we're going to go fight. Let's see. Hopefully somebody said to fight straight away, like Envious. Oh, there we go. So Brad is Envious. He's number 2 best, I think, or top player. I got sound. Yeah, but you guys can't hear sound, but I got sound. All right, so uh, I'm fighting hard. Oh boy, you got. I did pretty well on him. Well, he did well on that. He's a pretty powerful player, so I got to take him into account too. So I'm fighting here, fighting. Man, he did pretty well not to get knocked down there. I got to keep track of all my. That net is really difficult to fight the net guy. He's got a net on. I don't know how he knocked me over, but he must have pushed me away. I'm stunned now. I'm stunned, so I can't move. All right, got to concentrate, so don't lose. Did pretty well there, so that was pretty good fighting from me. I'm a bit stunned. Uh, yeah, I started getting losing there. Losing. I'm losing my the green at the top there. You can see uh, quite hard. So let's see how we can do here. Bang! Wow, that was pretty impressive. He kicked me down like that. That's pretty. Now I've got to hit my second win in my battle cry, so I don't. Oh, that net's really trouble. It's really hard work, that net. Like fighting that net. Unfortunately, I lost. He's a very powerful player. He's sitting at number two right now. So I ended up losing 20,000 gold, so he ends up winning that 20,000 gold, and that puts me probably further down on the table. The I'm still number second from the bottom, so only Marcus Snackus is worse than me at the moment. But he was Brad is now number one. So with that victory, Brad has gone from number two. He has now taken the leadership there at number one. So that's MBS, of course, it's Brad. So congratulations to him. He'll be very happy about that victory. And he's now in front of Sandris, who's done very well this tournament so far, with 20 wins and 12 losses. And this is the amount of gold wages down the bottom here. So Sandris's wage 640,000 gold, which is 640,000 pulse, and this is we're about halfway, I think, in the tournament. How long we got to go? Yeah, so we've got a countdown now. So the tournament ends at what 6 o'clock? I think CST time. I think this is and that is 1 day and 4 hours and five. So you got 1 day and 5 hours to go. So still quite a bit of time. It's about halfway through. It's the tournament's just over 2 days long. So yeah, you want a rematch? He wants a rematch there of the Brad. Well, I'm going to have to do slightly better than this time. So I am fighting the number one player in the tournament right now, along with a couple other very outstanding players. Of course, MVS won the tournaments the last 2 weeks. He's pretty good. He's been gaming for years. So I am up against a gaming pro. So let's see how we go. I thought, I had moments in the game, and I had other moments not so good. I started waning a little bit towards the end there, and that's when I started getting really smashed. But I was actually doing not too bad in the middle. So we'll see how we get on. All right, game on. It's another fight. Now, it's got sound effects, but you can't hear it because I haven't got them hooked up on the right tab. Oh, I'm up against Andrus now. So this is the other top two players. I'm fighting the top two players right now. Just my luck. Just my luck to fight the top two tournament players. Pretty hilarious, right? I did well though. I knocked him down. I knocked him down. Yeah. So I think my skills are pretty good, but I'm just not as powerful as these guys. These guys are top tier. I just need to make a few little adjustments to do that. But I am knocking them down quite nicely at the moment. Yeah, so I'm doing pretty well. Let's see if I can focus through the whole game, though. That's the thing, right? Keep focused the whole game, and that's really important. Yeah, so yeah, I've got to keep focused. That's the key. Otherwise, really. really could face a lot of problem there. Yeah, he's very powerful fighter. I've been fighting really well, but it's not showing up in the results as I'd like. Uh, I've knocked him out so many times, but he's very tough, very powerful player. He's really maxed out on the uh, on the defense and everything. I got knocked down there. Running out of steam here. It says I'm dominating though, but it looks like see, I lost that. It looked like I was dominating, and I felt like I was. Like I felt like I was running like 80% of the skills. But he's a very powerful player, like defense wise, and his blows maybe even more. He might have what they call high critical attack. So even with the less blows, his critical attack's very high. But I actually thought I did pretty damn good in the old skill set there. You saw how many times I knocked him down, which is pretty interesting. So you did. There are a few little aspects around the qualities. So let's quickly go to that. I'm going to come back to do another match, but I just want to go back to the qualities here. And I'm not going to go to my player because it's giving away a bit of intel, so I don't want to do that. But let's go into this player, and you can see that it's got strength of 11, speed of 11, crit chance. This is critical chance, so it's like your impact of hitting somebody and causing damage, I think, and that's sitting at 10. So obviously on the generation 2 player, you want this to get this up like 20 or more, right? So every generation you want to have an extra 10. So generation 1 you want to have max 10, you got to upgrade for that. And generation 2 max 10 on all these different qualities, right? Strength, speed, crit chance, etc. And you can actually see that in the actual player. Down the bottom here, there's got these stamina, strength, speed, critical chance, and agility. Now I've still got more work to do. You can see I've maxed out these two on stamina and strength, but I still haven't maxed out agility, crit chance, and speed. And so that means that the players that I'm fighting against, Brad and the other players there, that means that they've got if they've got maxed out things, they're going to be a lot stronger defense wise. So you do need to do that. So I'm going to click on that, start training. Now you can upgrade it for Rome, so you will have to spend a decent amount of Rome to upgrade the players. So maybe like 700,000 800,000 Rome or something to upgrade a player every generation. You only need really one generation player to go up each level. So you do probably, if you're going to be a top tier player in this tournament, you do need to upgrade those. Now, obviously breeding there. We're on generation 2 right now, and what you'll want to do is probably at least choose one of your generation 2s that you've fully upgraded with all those qualities to upgrade. So it's a little bit of a strategy thing. I haven't finished doing it completely, but I'll probably end up upgrading that player later today to fully max out. And then when I fight people in the tournament, it'll be a lot better. At the moment, I'm fighting the top 2 guys, so it's just the luck of the draw, unfortunately, for me. But look, it's fun times. So we're going to go and battle, and we're going to do another one and see who else is in the mix there, and see. I actually thought I did really well at the skill battling in that last fight, better than I did versus MVS. So in fact, a lot better. We'll see how we get on with this one. Sanderson is the same person, and he's got 212,000. See how high he is? So I did really well in that last battle. I've got 156 on the green one there. So he's very tough here. He's very tough on there, but I did really well with the skill set. So, you can see I'm going to have to increase my defense line. He's changing his tactic a little bit there in this fight from the last fight. He's jumping up a bit more now. He learned from my skill set here. But yeah, so my fighting gaming is actually pretty good. Like I'm actually doing, not too bad. But I'm fighting very powerful players. Top 2 players are particularly powerful. Um, and so, yeah, I've got to do a lot more with updating my qualities and yeah. I've still got a a few pieces of gear, mostly legendary gear, but a few pieces left to update there. And yeah, yeah, I'm doing pretty good with the skill, actual fighting skill. Um, yeah, he's doing much better there. He's making it much harder for me to hit him now, which is cool. That's kind of neat. You got to keep track of your food and your bandages. So I've got to make sure that I hit those as I'm going. I knocked him down nicely there, so it was pretty cool. Knock him down again. So I was gonna use I had 1 bandage, 1 food left. I was gonna use that, but I ran out of time. He got a couple more hits on me. And you could see in that game, my skill playing wasn't as good. The first game, I was, like, pretty amazing. He was just so much more powerful. But that second game, I was not focused as much, and, I wasn't playing as well. And he changed his strategy as well. He started realizing he's gotta move around a bit, to play, and that's what he did. And therefore, he got a quicker victory on me. So he was, played a better skill game, and he got the victory, and he had the better, stronger player. So that's pretty much it. We're going to do another one, shall we? I happen to be fighting the top two guys right now. I'm fighting Sandros and Brad. Now with those two victories from Sandros, he's now gone ahead of Brad, so he's now taken over number one spot, which Brad held for a temporary moment. So Brad will be keen to fight somebody that he can defeat. So we'll see whether I'm there or not. Now remember, it's three fights, I think it is. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Unless they've changed it, they may have changed it, but I think that's 3 fights. Doing well. Dangerous again, third fight. This will be a third fight. Yeah. I don't believe it's moved to cap yet. I'm pretty sure this will be the final fight, and I better really focus on this one. Um, yeah, he got the best of me there straight out of the gate. Yeah, yeah, not bad, not bad. Oh, look at that. Definitely playing that first game, he was, I think he really got outdone with the skill that I used, and now he's being much more skillful player against me now. Uh, so when he's much stronger than me and he's being more skillful, it does make it a lot harder for me to try and win against, one of the top 2 players. Um, uh, Gotta keep a tab on my strength and all that, and I gotta use secret and win and battle all the time to make sure I'm fully energized. And so got a few things to think about there. Yeah, so he's a little distracted at the moment. He's not playing as well. Uh, like he's maybe losing his attention a little bit. Now I am losing, but it is a good fight. I am playing a bit better than the last fight we had. But I will lose the fight. It's too powerful, too darn powerful. And I've run out of food and bandage, so I'm pretty much gonna die. There we go. Dying there. So I lost by 98,000, uh, and I did feel like I played a lot better in that fight. That's that last fight. So theoretically, I shouldn't end up fighting him again. I am fighting the top 2 guys right now, which is great for live streaming. I wish I was fighting some average guys out there, but it's just not the way it goes. You can't pick. You can't pick and choose. There is a limit to how many times they can fight me. So let's see if we can find someone else that's out there. Maybe Brad again. We'll fight Brad and see. Yeah, we got Brad. So we got Brad now. So Brad will like this because if he can defeat me, he will get back up on the table. Because Sanders got 3 victories on me, and that put him at the top. That put him at the top. So Brad's going to be desperate to win this. Oh, he stunned me really early. Wow, he didn't wait around for that. That was quick. See how quick that was? My goodness, that was quick. Um, I got to really move around here. So he's got the net. The net is a stunner. It can really stop you in the game. And so he got me nice and early, ruined my mojo straight out of the bat. So If I'd got a knockdown on him, it would have been the other way around. But man, that was clever play by him. Now he's stinging me all the time, and it's when you're fighting the guy with with the trident and the net, it's a really fight. So it's interesting to see how it goes. But he's be desperate for this victory. He won't be mucking around. He won't be friendly because he needs this victory to stay on the top. He wants to get that top spot, and Sandros just won 3 victories against me, and so he needs to win victories, and so he's not going to be mucking around at all. And remember, the top prize is $200. The second prize is 150. So I didn't knock him down there, which is kind of he knocked me down in return. So yeah, we're fighting here, Ben. Trying to commentate and fight. Hey, welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. He keeps stinging me. He keeps stinging me with that net. That net is a real stinger. Tell you that much. Um, so we'll try and take it there. Have I run out of bandages? I have. So I'm pretty much I lose now. I'm out. I'm out. He knows it too because he's watching the live stream probably. He knows my weakness. He knows my weakness. All right, Eakins. All right, there we go. I was doing some good skill there, but still, this is going to be hard. I really need to that net. I think you're getting away from the player, and the net just comes out of nowhere. I missed the kick. Missing that kick is a big deal. The kick is a big blow. So I missed that kick. That's not good. That was a couple 1,000-point blow there. I missed it. Oh, I got that kick. Nice. That was one of the best moves I've done in this game. That's cool. So that turning kick there, nice work. Nice work on myself. Although I'm going to lose. There we go. So I lost by 100,000. So I'm up against the top 2 guys. Not surprised. And I still need to work a little bit on my Gladiator to make it stronger. And theirs is fully maxed out. Both of theirs will be fully maxed out. In fact, yeah, so that's pretty interesting. So those are the top 2 and the standings right now. While Brad's sitting at number 2, 21 victories, and Sandros there blowing up there, 23. He got 3 victories from me, and Brad's had 2 victories from me. So Brad's still got a gap of 2 there to get the number 1 spot. Then we've got many other players. We've got Crassius here, Rudolph, Jim Johnson there, Lido. I have fought some of these other guys. Lido, I've definitely fought him. Gilbert, Phil, Milda there, GBS. I fought GBS, I think. Spartacus. We got I Am the Void, and we got Marcus and Snackers. I need to fight Marcus Snackers because he's at the bottom of the table right now. He's had less losses than me, but at least I've had 1 win. And so, yeah, that is pretty much it. So a little work to do, but that is Gladiator Tournament 4 is in play. There's still 1 hour and 1 day, 4 hours and 40 minutes to go. And like I say, if you want to get in there, you can get in. You can go buy a Gladiator off the market just by hitting Gladiator and then buy. You can find, any of these will be fine. Just find the cheapest one you can, of course. And then you've got to go clothe it. So you need to go to equipment and then go and buy. You can go straight to the top tier 2 because the tier 2's got the big prizes. And then you can just go legendary or epic. But if you're going to fight these top 2 guys, you're going to have to go legendary. And you're going to have to kit out your Gladiator. Now, next week will also be Generation 2, Tier 2. So you can also do that during the week. You can build up your Gladiator and get them, really maxed out. So you're going to have to max out their qualities here. You're going to have a Tier 2 for the Genesis there. And you're going to also need to get the best equipment. So those 3 things you need to do if you're going to have a chance of trying to, get to the top of the table, let's say. Get to the top here of the table. But the game is going great, and a lot more and people are coming on board, which is really nice to see. All right, so yeah, $775 in Rome, $30, so it's over $800 in prizes for tournament number 4. And as I hear on the street, the tournament number 5 is going to be potentially even bigger, so keep a lookout for that. This is the only really big game plan at the moment that's paying out on PulseChain. Obviously, there's Mafia game coming out in the future sometime with their good old vault, but a lot of that's sort of sewn up, isn't it, amongst the families there. But Gladiator Games open to everybody, and it's really, really new off the street. And we just got the founder in the house as well. Jason is here. Gladiator Games is growing and getting bigger and bigger. Come join us. Absolutely, come join us. So that is the link there. Now, I did have the link to the game. So what I suggest you do is join up. Now, if you don't want to play the tournament this week, you can, of course, by going to the market and getting a Gladiator and kitting out and jumping in the Telegram. And you can get lots of tips from some of the pro players in there, some of the seasoned players. But you can join up the Gladiator Games. Now, if you want to get ready for next weekend, so maybe you want to build up, have a bit of a time, get used to your skills, then you can get the Gladiator Games and build up over the next week ahead. Now, if you do that, of course, you can do a lot of it with the economy. You can go on quests for free. These are all free. You can see one. I've got one here. This is a Gladiator 2, and I can click claim here. And I get some iron, and I get some lumber, and I'm going to be able to use iron, of course, to make weapons, right? So that's kind of cool. So I'm going to do that. And then I just put them back in every 3 hours. So that gives me free resources. That's all free. And you're going to need resources if you're going to come and craft your own weapons rather than buying. You can craft them, and you can do that during the week waiting for the next tournament. And you can go in and try and craft your weapons, right? So it's kind of cool. For example, a shield. You could do a shield. You're going to need iron and lumber for that. And then I can craft one of those. So I'm going to click craft. It's wish me luck. I've actually already got one that's it's a tier 1. Well, there's tier 1 here. See if I can get a tier 2. No, I didn't. I got one, but it's a common, so it's the lowest quality level. But that was that's that. I need a little bit iron, more iron to be able to do another one there. I've got plenty of lumber. I just need a little bit of iron. So I need 336 336 iron and 336 lumber there to make a tier 2. And I've also put it up on tier 2 there. So that is that's cool. But I've got more gladiators to more quests to go and harvest. I can harvest all of these. Pretty cool. And I put my gladiator back to work on the quests, and I got another one. Push it on start, so that's kind of cool. And I think I've got 2 more that are gladiator 2 level. So this is what you can do during the week. You can get resources, and then you can go and craft your own weapons rather than buying them. If you want to buy them, you can go buy them and get good quality weapons. Lots of things in there for everybody. Now, the rest of them are all gladiator ones, but could do that. The other thing, of course, you can go and buy mines and do that, which I've got. So I'm going to claim some of that. I've got it on tier 2, so it's going to give me a lot of iron to make weapons, which is kind of cool. And so on. So there's lots of things around the economy of the game that you can do, and also crafting weapons. And of course, you can go, buy them off the market. And now, of course, we've got new things like staking, which is pretty cool. Put your Roman stake and earn resources doing that, which has been very popular. And that's just only come out yesterday, as well as the store's got lots of cool things which you can do there too. I don't know if I've got any on that. 37, yeah. What have I got any from this? Yeah. So I need you need some silver and copper and silver to use those. Lots of cool things in there. This is the store. So yeah, huge game. But the tournament is on right now. Tournament number 4, $775 in Rome token, $200 first prize, $100 second to fifth prize, $50 for sixth and seventh, $25 for eighth and 10th, and then legendary gear for 11th and 20th. So last tournament I played last week, I got tournament gear. I ended up winning some of that, which was very valuable. So I was happy about that, and so on. So kind of cool. That is the game right now. There's also Generation 1 Gladiators, so you can play with those two. And there's a $30 in that. There's 4 players in there. So it's actually, if you're a beginner, you could jump into this quite nicely. And this is an easy way of getting in and start fighting in Generation 1 as well. It costs 300,000 gold, but the prizes are $30 at the top, 15 first place, $10 second place. So if you're new, you could go in there too. It's kind of cool. We've got PulseChain Animal in house there. Hey guys, good to see you. We got Jewish Scum as well. Your greetings all. Nice to see you as well. How's the Gladiator game going? Going very well. Not for me because I'm losing, but I'm still getting better. I'm getting better. Speaking of iron, if you can snipe some cheap on the market, you can gamble highest its items, says Jewish Scum. They got some crafters selling, but that will dry up bats as people gamble. The dev team is very cool, and the game has expanded beyond what you see here. This is the shell of the game. Yeah, it's doing very well, growing very fast there as the old Gladiator games. Now, let's do one. Should I do one more? How much time? We've got another 5 minutes. I'm going to keep streaming for another 5 minutes. What was Jewish going to say? Anyone new there, in many ways to earn, and you can play the market. Skill level of the fighting takes some time to get used to, but you have differences that you can master absolutely. Yeah, and I've gone through a few of those. Let's see if anyone else is on for fighting at the moment. Now, you might have to jump into the tournament during the day because there's different people on at different times. But let's see if there's anyone else that's in the game. But I've been fighting the top two guys, which is not bad. Not bad. I actually did pretty well. I think I did pretty well there. So yeah. Okay, so there's no one now that I've fought those 2 guys, I think I've fought them 3 times. I don't know if Brad fought Brad 3 times, but, that will put me on the queue, so I've gotta wait. So here's the trick, so if you, maybe you've got to leave your computer or something, I would exit out of here. So otherwise, if you're in the oh, here we go. So we've got, I am the void, so there's someone further down the list. This is gonna be fun. Let's see how we go. So I got a good chance of fighting here. So let's see. This is cool. Now he's got a net as well. Nets are very I find nets very tricky to fight, so it's gonna be tough, and he's a very aggressive fighter, so his skill's really cool. So he might be lower level on the screen, but he's actually skilled really low, and he's very good with the net. I like this fighter. This guy's got some skill. Um, so let's see how there. I'm sort of stuck in the corner. Sometimes this happens. Now that the yeah, it's always a little bit harder to do it on live stream, as you guys can appreciate. We're doing it. Man, this person's really moving around a lot. Oh, I missed the kick there. Did you see that? That's not good. It's never good. Never good to miss the kick because it's such a powerful move. Um, Boy, they're really moving around a lot. I like it. That's cool. That's one of the best skilled players so far, in my view. If you like from a actual skill point of view, like playing the game, pretty awesome. Um, I've got a finally got a knockdown on them. Isn't that cool? Finally got a knockdown. Boy, they're good. They're good. I like it. I like it. Skill wise, they're very good. Got to get that kick in though. Got to get the kick in. Boy, they move around. I've got to execute now. I finally won one. How about that? So there we go. Uh, so that player was further down. So that player was is number 13 now. They've had one victory, so they're pretty good. But I was fighting Sandris and Brad at the top, and now that's given me a second victory. So it's now pushed me up one spot. I'm now at number 12. So I've got a bit of work to do to get into the top 10. If you guys remember, top 10 is cash prizes. So I've got to do a little bit of work there. But I'm gonna, hopefully I'll fight some of these guys and over the next day and get myself higher there. So that's pretty cool. So that person, I really like the skill fight. They may not have been near as powerful as the top two players in terms of their armor and qualities of skills, but fighting wise, I actually thought they were the best. Yeah, there we go. I know the top two guys aren't going to like me say that, but actually fighting was the best there. So yeah, not bad. Imagine this is up for the upgrade and the animation engine. Yeah, they're going to be fully 3D. Yeah, when we get more fluid movement, it's going to evolve. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so should we have another one? Let's see if we have another battle there. Have we got time? Yeah, we've got 2 more minutes. Let's see if we can fit one more battle in. Uh, Battle queue. Let's see. Let's see if the same player pops up. Sorry, someone else might be playing up from the middle there, middle of the table. Pulse is cheap right now, but imagine you're gambling Pulse with off others, said Stewie. Yeah. It's definitely getting exciting. Let's see. No one's there right now. But that was someone near the bottom of the table, like where I am. And, I've just started playing. I've got to play a lot of games today. I'll be on the tournament a lot. So hopefully I'll meet a lot of players. So there we go. I'm fighting. I am void again. So we'll see how we go here. I want to do a fight this time. I was, not a little bit underwhelmed in the last one. So you can see he's got 133. I got 155. Is he there? Is he sleeping? Is he waiting for me? I don't know if he's there. Is he there? Sometimes they walk away from their computer and they're not there. So the person, I don't think the person's at their computer because look, they're just sitting there. I feel really bad, but I'm gonna have to kill them. Oh, there we go. Oh, they must be back at the computer now. That's funny. That's funny. But I don't really like killing people at the computer. But when you're in a tournament, you have to kill them anyway, right? So away from the computer, that's their, that's their problem. That's their problem. That's oh that net though. You're fighting someone with a net. That's really it stuns you all the time, and man, it's crazy. You've got to hit your wind, your second wind, and your battle cry a lot. You've got to hit those buttons so you get those really energized. Um, Look at the movement. This best gaming movements for sure. I got to be careful here, guys. This is oh, I missed the kick again. Oh my god, that's really bad. Oh man, I'm getting myself hurt, beat up here. Getting myself beat up. I'm gonna get beat up here. Oh, I'm not really enjoying this one as much as I did the first game. The first game I was playing, but this person's got me on the ropes here. So we'll see. I got to play a bit better here. Let's try and dominate here. All right, so that's a bit better now. That's a bit better. Yeah, that's better. That's better. So I'm playing a little bit better now. Uh, Not getting bullied so much. I was getting bullied quite a bit. So oh, I missed the kick again. 3 misses of a kick. That's really bad playing. 3 misses of a kick. My goodness, that's terrible. Terrible 3 kick misses. That's not good on my part. That net though, man, look at that sting. See me sting. I can't move when that net's on. I can't move when that net's on. I have to play much. That's better. That's better. See that net from the ground? He'd like throw the net from the ground. It's really, really hard. Really trying to focus here. It's gonna be a close fight, I think, maybe. We'll see. Really need to beat down here. That net, man, that net, that's harsh. Knocked down again. It's gonna be a close fight, guys. It's gonna be close. Oh man, he got some big hits on me there. Not sure what happened there. I got oh, I missed that kick again. That's bad. That's gonna be the difference between winning and losing. Oh wow, that was a close battle though. I only won by 11,000. So that wasn't the best fight for me, right? That wasn't the best fight for me there. So a bit of a struggle there. I came back in the second half a little bit, but the first half I was not fully concentrating. I was getting under pressure, so that was good fighting from I am Void in that fight. So definitely, if you look at the fighting style from the players, you could see distinct different fighting styles from all 3 players that I was fighting, and the last person I just felt like even though they weren't the most powerful in terms of like probably armor and skill quality and stuff like that, but they were actually, from my feeling, just fighting them, they were actually, and I think you guys have visually see it, seemed very skilled at moving around and fighting, which I think was really cool. So whoever that is, that was pretty cool. Yeah, it was pretty close. Yeah, that was very close. Yeah, I was a little worried about that one to be honest. And you got to remember, I started off stronger. I got a stronger characters, stronger than theirs. But man, their fighting skill really put me under pressure that time. Um, uh, you're playing like the Knights. Super says Brennan. Yeah, yeah. That's really bad, dude. That's really bad. Hey, look, I find that my fighting skill is actually like when I'm fully constrained, is actually better than a lot of the top tier players, but they're stronger players. That's what I would argue. That's what I would argue. But yeah, it's just the way it goes. I've still got to upgrade my qualities, my skill qualities like strength, and I've done strength and stuff. I've got to do agility and a few others. So I have to still do that. I've got to do that today. Very, very nice, says Dewey Scum. The economy can evolve. Yeah, absolutely. Economies look great. I like that side of the game too. So I spend during the week doing that. Assets to interact with for bonuses. Thanks for the streams. You're most welcome. I need to try the other gladiators. Yeah, there's 4 types of gladiators, right? 4 types of gladiators. And there's the one with the net and the trident, or the three-headed spear. I like fighting with the spear and the shield. It's kind of my favorite one. Although when I come up to the stun, the net that stuns me all the time, it really gets me. All right, so I can't talk about all the comments there. Jerry Scum's got plenty of comments, but I probably should. I'll play one more. I'm going to do one more. I was supposed to finish the live stream, but we'll play one more. Yeah, tournament number 4, guys. The Fight for Glory, and at $775 up of Rome up for grabs, as well as $30 of Rome for Generation 1. So there's over $800 in prizes. Plus, on top of that, there's legendary gear. So yeah, places 1 to 20. So even if you come in and fight in Generation 2, you got a chance of winning legendary gear right now. That's like a given. You're going to give in that because we haven't got over 20 players here at the moment. We've got 14. So if you do come in, you can with legendary gear. That's pretty much it. Let's see. Last one. Yeah, last one here. Might be Iron Void. Might be that third final fight for Iron Void. We'll see. I wonder where I am on the table here. Yeah, I'm moved up to number 11. So I was, what was I at the bottom? Well, I think I was second to last or the bottom, one of the two. 13th or 14th I was at. Now I'm at number 11. So I've moved up 2 spots at least. And I need another victory to get to number 10. And if I can get one more victory, that will get me to into the cash prizes level, right? Which is $25 at number 10. So, got a bit of work to do to push myself up. But I got a lot of games to have, right? So a lot of games ahead of me. So yeah. Let's see. No one there at the moment. All right, so we're going to cancel there, and that way I can walk away from the computer, and I will be back all afternoon playing this game, all in the evening playing this game, trying to get myself into the better positions moving ahead. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. The Gladiator Games, it is growing up big, tournament number 4, and you guys are all early, so pretty cool. Famous last words, says Jewish Gum. It is indeed. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Take care, everybody. In fact, I think we're going to bounce out now. We are going to bounce out. I'll catch you guys again tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, for another day in the office for PulseChain and crypto. And, of course, Gladiator Games will wrap up probably a similar time. No, actually, it'll be tomorrow afternoon after the live stream. So we'll try and maybe cover that results the day after. But get in there, folks, Gladiator Games. And what I was going to say before I leave is we've got a great bunch of people watching right now. Where's the website here? Joyce Gum, man, you've been really, really busy in the chat there. I've got to scroll up like half an hour. We got that is Gladiator Games. So that is the website, gladiatorgamescrypto.net. And you guys are all here early. You're going to be all OGs, so get in early on the game. And what I suggest to you is go to links and go to Telegram. So Telegram there. I'll put this post in the chat there. And I will post it on X afterwards. No, actually, might as well do it now. That is the Gladiator Games on Telegram. I do strongly join up there. And you can get lots of game tips, how to learn, all sorts of stuff. That's all there. So join up to that. And we might put that in the live stream as well. Actually, I'm not in that one there. But that is cool. I'll post it in the under the live stream feed afterwards. So join up today. Kind of neat. All right, take care, and I'll catch you on the next one. And thanks, Jerry Scum, there for all those comments. All right, bye for now. Peace out. I think we're going to leave it on Gladiator Games, so that's a little bit prettier, isn't it? A little prettier there. All right, bye for now.